Today is World Book Day. So happy World Book Day. It's Thursday, it's the 4th of March. Now, normally in school, you know what we'd be doing? We'd be all dressing up, we'd be in assembly, we'd be sharing books, and we'd generally be having a good time about books. There should be in your packs, learning at home this week, information and activities around World Book Day. But you'll have to make do with me and assembly about books today. So I'm going to share with you 3 of my favourite books today. And we did it in assembly this morning already on Zoom, and the children were pretty good at getting it. So the first book I'm going to do this morning, I'm going to do some clues. In my bag here, I've got some clues, so I'm going to get a few out. First one I've got, a tie. Why would I have a tie? Now the bright ones amongst you will already have guessed this one, a tie. The next thing I've found is a shirt. Why have I got a shirt? It hasn't been ironed actually, but why have I got that shirt? Who knows? What else have I got in my bag? Oh, down here, I didn't get it. There it is. I've got a shoe. Why might I have a great big shoe? What's the clue? My next clue, a sock. And don't worry before you go, it's clean. Yep, it's definitely a clean sock. And it's got diamonds down it. There's another clue, a sock. And what else? What else? Oh, yes, a belt. A big, long belt. And finally this morning, if you haven't got it already, I made you one more clue. I made a crown this morning. Look at that homemade crown. It's a bit big for me, actually. Look, it's a bit big. If I don't have my glasses on, I think it'd fall over my head. So it's a big crown. Why would I have a big crown this morning? There we go. Any guesses? If you got this right, well done. It is, of course, The Smartest Giant in Town by Julia Donaldson. One of my absolute favourite children's books. Absolutely love it. And if you remember, let's look at the things again. We've got tie. My tie was a scarf for a cold giraffe. Shirt. My shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. Shoe. The shoe. My shoe is a house for a little white mouse. The sock. One of my socks is a bed for a fox. And this one, the belt. My belt helped a dog who was crossing a bog. So there we go. And I'll just show you because I love it. It's at the end, the very end of the book. They have a page here. This one, look. And they wrote the giant a letter at the end because he helped them all out. And I absolutely love this little letter. And I love the drawings and I love the poem. So I'm going to read you the last bit here. And it says, you gave your scarf to a cold giraffe. Your shirt's on a boat as a sail for a goat. Your shoe is a house for a little white mouse. One of your socks is a bed for a fox. Your belt helped a dog who was crossing a bog. So here is a very fine crown to go with the sandals and gown of the kindest giant in town. So there we go. My second one is a book that I read when I was older. So it's not a children's book, it's one of my favourite books. Now you talk to adults, many adults you speak to who like reading books will read loads of books, but they'll tell you there's a few books that always stick in their mind and a few books they always think about. And this is one of mine. It's called The Chrysalids by John Wyndham. Now look at that picture. What do you notice? Correct. If you notice, look at that hand. It's got 6 fingers or a thumb and 5 fingers. That's not right, is it? So I remember seeing this picture. I was probably a late teenager, in my early 20s maybe. And I saw that picture and I thought, well, that's a bit weird. Never heard of John Wyndham before. But I read this book and I absolutely loved it. And it makes me think. It tells a story that really makes me think, and I'll never forget it. And I've read quite a few of his other books since reading these. His most famous one probably is The Day of the Triffids. That was been a film and a TV program and all sorts. He did The Midwich Cuckoos, which was another film quite famous. It's written quite a long time ago, but still a very, very good book, and I love them. It makes me think. And it's also written in the first person, so it's written as if the person is actually there and is experiencing it all. The person writing the book is writing it as themselves. And I really like that as well. Really worth reading when you're a bit older. Love it. And my last book, for those keen fans on the YouTube channel, it's one of my favourite ever children's books, and it's this one, A Million Chameleons. Now you might think, oh, not this one again. I've seen it, but you'd be amazed many of you haven't seen it. And it's a book that my mum bought for my children when they were very, very little. So their grandma bought them this book. I'd never heard of it. And I'd never heard anyone else know about it either. You know, the Julia Donaldson books, we all know, don't we? The Gruffalo and all those kind of things. But this one, and it was set up, it was sold for a charity. And it's called A Million Chameleons. Now, a chameleon, if you're not sure, a chameleon is like a lizard kind of animal, and it's able to change colour depending on where it is. So if it was in a jungle, it might go green to match the leaves, or if it was on the ground, it might go brown to match the mud, or in a desert, it might go sort of yellowy to match the sand. So it's an animal that's able to change colour, and I like this one because there's a lot of rhyming in it as well. I've read it so many times, I kind of know it off by heart really, so I'm going to read it to you. But I want you to try and think of the rhyming. So, if the chameleon jumped into a sack, it would turn, that's right, black. So it's the same with this. Will you get them all right? I hope so. Particularly if you're one of the secondary school pupils watching this, you should do. But I think we could all get this right together. I once read it out. It didn't go quite so well, but we're going to give it a go. So, A Million Chameleons, this is called. So, a little chameleon, all in vermilion, danced alone in a garden pavilion. There he is, all on his own there. When all of a sudden, a million more vermilion chameleons danced onto the floor. The little chameleon never had seen dancing chameleons who all turned, get it? Green, correct. I did this once and someone said, purple. I'm not sure where they got purple from, but it's definitely green. There they are, all the green chameleons. So a million chameleons, all in green, jumped aboard a submarine. And when the sub began to sink, a million chameleons all turned, that's right, pink. There we go, all pink. You can just see the periscope left of the submarine as the rest of it is sinking down. A million chameleons, all in pink, glided round the skating rink. As they skated 2 by 2, a million chameleons all turned, yeah, blue. Well done. Look at them all there. Not sure there's quite a million, but there's an awful lot of chameleons there. A million chameleons, all in blue, went strolling in the local zoo. When the beasts began to bellow, a million chameleons all turned, yep, yellow. There they are with all the animals, and they're now yellow. Imagine the animals are a bit confused. They were blue, and now they're yellow. A million chameleons, all in yellow, were playing on a weeping willow. When the leaves came falling down, a million chameleons all turned brown. Well done. There they are, falling down, and they changed colour to fall down with the leaves, and then they're all brown. A million chameleons, all in brown, rode upon a merry-go-round, and when they came to say good night, a million chameleons all turned, that's right, white. A million chameleons all in white, dancing in the pale moonlight. They'd all had such a wonderful day. A million chameleons all turned. Aha! Every colour, every hue, red and yellow, brown and blue, pink and purple, orange and green, more colours than you'd ever seen. And multicoloured in a tumbled heap, a million chameleons fell fast asleep. So there we go, a million chameleons, one of my absolute favourites. I can hear a few of you groaning, saying you've read that before, but it's World Book Day and we share our favourites. So, also, your parents would have been emailed this morning a voucher, and you can exchange that for a free book. So when the bookshop's open again in a few weeks, you can go in and you can get a free book for World Book Day. So please use that, because you don't often get free books, so it's well worth it. And that's about it really, apart from I'm counting down the days, because today is Thursday, then we've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and in 4 days' time, Monday, yes, you're all back to school. Please can I remind you, don't all come at once. The gates open at 8:35 and they close at 8:50. So you don't have to wait outside for big crowds. Just take your time. Come in the morning any time between 8:35 and 8:50. Come on in, take your time, and we'll all arrive at school safely. I cannot wait to see you. I will see you all on Monday.